All right, everybody. My name is Jonathan. I'll be your instructor today. Remember to have fun, take breaks if you need to, and I'm the only one watching you. Now we're going to be starting at the front of the machine, facing the front. So what we're going to do is we're going to kneel onto the carriage, and then I want your hands on top of the platform with your thumbs on top and 4 fingers out to the side. Your legs and your feet are together with the tops of your foot down. First, push your knees back so that your shoulders, hips, and knees are in a diagonal line. Second, softly bend your elbows. And lastly, pull the belly button up into the spine to engage the core. Starting with an inhale, push the carriage back, hinging from the shoulders, allowing the shoulders to go back behind the wrist. And then exhale as you press down your palms to bring the carriage forward underneath your shoulders. We're breathing in as we push the carriage out because that's a little bit easier. And then we exhale as we press down our palms to bring the shoulders above the wrists because that's a little bit more challenging. In 10 seconds, we're going to be pushing the carriage back and holding strong in 5, 4, 3, 2, halfway back and hold. As you hold, breathe to replenish blood and oxygen. Soft bend in your elbows, belly button to your spine, pulse back 2 inches, forward 2 inches. Inhale back, exhale forward. In 10 seconds, we're going to go back to full range, exhaling as you press down through your palms to bring the shoulders forward in 3, 2, exhale as you press down to come forward, and then breathe in as you go back to full range. Make sure that you're looking down and forward so that your neck is in line with your spine. We do not want to tuck our chins into our chest, and we don't want to look all the way forward to hyperextend our neck. We're going to get you off your wrist for your next exercise. In 10 seconds, we're going to go down to your forearms, staying on your knees, making that change in 3, 2, move the carriage in, down to your forearms, shoulder width apart with your palms up or down. Push the carriage back by pushing the knees back into a modified plank on your knees. I want you to lightly lift your butt and then pull the belly button to the spine, and now your back is in a tabletop position. Starting with an inhale, push the carriage back, lengthening your arms, and then exhale as you bend your elbows, pressing the forearms down and forward, stopping your shoulders right above your elbow. Now, how you know that you're going too far is your lower back or your entire back will start to lower down. But you want to think about your back like a tabletop position, balancing a cup of water on top so that you do not drop the water. In 10 seconds, we have pulses. What you're going to do is push the carriage out halfway. Everybody's half is different. In 3, 2, halfway out and hold. I want you to slightly lift your butt. Pull the belly button to the spine. We're going to start your pulses, starting with an inhale in 3, 2, out, 2, in 2. If this is too difficult, go forward and back instead of back and forward, and that will make it a little easier. Modifications are not because you cannot perform the exercise. It's so that when you get tired, you modify to keep the workout going. In 10 seconds, we're going to bend your elbows, press down your forearms, and exhale forward in 3, 2, exhale, press down to come forward, and then back to full range. We're going to get you off your shoulders coming up next. In 10 seconds, we're going to crunch forward with our knees and then turn around and kick to the back on your non-dominant leg. In 3, 2, bend your knees forward, come up to your heels and turn around. With your non-dominant leg, kick from the back platform towards the back platform and grab the strap. Tuck your knees against the carriage strap, legs and feet together. Tuck your elbows in front of the platform strap, palms up. If you want an easier form, palms down. You're going to drop your knees back and hold a plank. I want you to slightly lift up your hip. I want you to pull the belly button to the spine. Now with an exhale, lift from your belly button, round from your spine, crunching forward with your abs, not your knees. As you release your knees back, I want you to slowly release and untuck the chin, stopping in a tabletop position. Then exhale as you lift, round, tuck the chin, and crunch forward with your abs. It should feel slow. It should feel challenging. And even if you need to take a break, it's okay. You can take a break by bending the knees all the way forward, holding a child's pose and rocking side to side if needed. Then go back out into the plank on your knees and reset by tucking, lifting, rounding, crunching. In 10 seconds, we got pulses coming up next. We're going to round up into a crunch, knees under hips in 3, 2, round up and hold your crunch. Knees are under your hips, looking at your knees. Now, starting with an inhale, release your knees 2 inches back, and then lift, round, and crunch 2 inches in. Remember, we're not bending the knees forward to pull the carriage in. We're lifting like a plank to pike and rounding the spine to move the carriage forward. In 10 seconds, we go back to full range, releasing your knees on an inhale in 3, 2, inhale as you go back, exhale as you round, lift, and crunch. In 10 seconds, we have our last core abdominal exercise. We're going to be doing another wheelbarrow. What we're going to do is crunch forward in 3, 2, crunch forward all the way. Bring your hands onto the sides of the platform with thumbs on top, 4 fingers underneath. Come up into a push-up position on your knees, and then drop your knees back again so that your back is in a diagonal line. Now pull the belly button to the spine, soft bend in your elbows and look down and slightly forward. Breathe in as you go back, letting the shoulders go behind the wrist, and then exhale as you press down your palms to bring it forward. If this is too difficult, you can modify by bringing your knees right underneath your hip, turning your back into a table, and then without moving the hips and knees, you are hinging from the shoulders, allowing them to go back behind the wrist, and then pressing down your palms to bring your shoulders forward. So that's how I normally teach a class. I welcome everybody. I let them know who I am, where we're going to be starting at so that they know whether to look at the front platform or the back platform. I tell them to kneel on either the carriage or the platform and then down to their hands and then push them out into proper position. I tell them the slight bend in the elbows anytime you're on your hands because you want to activate the tricep and take the weight out of the wrist. The reason why I hold the sides of the platform with thumbs on top and 4 fingers on the side is when you are in a push-up position right underneath your shoulder, there's a lot of wrinkles that you'll see around the wrist, meaning that there's a lot of weight that's going into your wrist. But if you turn the wrist sideways and hold the sides of the platform, there's less wrinkles, so that way you have less wrist strain. But you should always listen to your body and take breaks when needed. Then I tell them how to breathe, and then I walk them through the motion. After I get them going, then I'll look around the room before I start moving around to help the person that I feel needs the most correction. You're not going to be able to correct everybody in the time span of one exercise, but that's fine. Stay calm and collective because everybody around you will be calm and collective if you are. And if you need to stay with somebody for a little bit, 1 time is not enough. 3 times is too much, and 2 is good enough. Your job is to control the room, to teach a group class setting. So although we want to stay with someone to really help them, everybody has paid for the class and we need to be there for everybody. And we can always spend time with people after class to see if they can stay so that we can help them with whatever it is that they needed. So that's how I set up my class. I tell you who I am. I tell you where we're facing. I tell you where to kneel, place your hands, and then I get you into the proper form. And then I tell you how to inhale or exhale as we start moving. And I try to explain it in more than one way because not everybody is going to understand one way. Everybody is different, and you'll become a better communicator because you're going to be using your brain to think about different ways to explain it. And as you progressively get better, you're going to find that certain cues resonate with a lot of more people, and then you'll pick and choose what it is that you want to use. And so that's how I would run my class if I owned a studio or if I trained somebody, or if I come out to your studio for master training to teach your instructors. My name is Jonathan. Thank you for your time.